On August 16th, the Texas City ISD Board of Trustees voted to call a bond election in the amount of $158.6 million to appear before the voters on November 8, 2022. The projects that are the subject of this bond election are divided into two propositions on the ballot. Proposition A for new construction of and renovations to school facilities, and Proposition B for new construction of and renovations to stadium facilities. Proposition A projects include a new Lamarck High School, a new Early Childhood Center, a new agricultural barn, a new STEM and Robotics Center, renovations to Texas City High School, including fine arts improvements and career and technical lab renovations, and district safety and security measures, including campus intercom upgrades, fire alarms, security cameras, and more. The Proposition B projects include a new Lamarck High School stadium and renovations to the Texas City High School stadium, including expansion and renovation to address growth, additional parking for buses, and replacement of visitor bleachers and press box. The planning and design of these new and renovated facilities seeks to provide Texas City ISD students with safe and supportive learning environments, which take into account current curriculum and course offerings, while also providing the flexibility to adapt to new curriculum and instructional offerings in the future. So a bond has been called. What does this mean? School districts are legally required to ask local voters for permission to issue bonds to finance certain capital projects, such as new campuses, land purchases, and more. School boards call for a bond election, which appears before voters, so that the voters can decide which projects will be financed using their tax dollars. To appreciate the bond finance process, it's important to consider how Texas public schools are funded. Texas school districts have three main sources of funding: state revenue, federal programs and grants, and local property taxes. Let's discuss how local property taxes are divided and spent. A school district local property tax rate is comprised of two components. One, a tax that supports the daily operations of the school district, which is called the Maintenance and Operations, or M&O tax. And two, the tax that repays district debt service, the Interest and Sinking Fund, or INS tax. The combination of M&O and INS tax rates equals the total district tax rate. This combination of taxes is common to all school districts in Texas. M&O funds cover the day-to-day operations of the district, including salaries, utilities, repairs, and transportation. INS funds can only be used to repay debt service on bonds issued to finance capital projects in the district. For Texas City ISD, the M&O tax rate is set at 94 cents per $100 of property value. The INS tax rate is set at 37 cents per $100 of property value. This brings the total tax rate for Texas City ISD to $1.31 per $100 of property value. If the bond is approved by the voters, the district does not anticipate an increase in the INS tax rate will be needed to repay the bonds. This is due in part to increases in the property values of the tax base within the district, which is set by the County Appraisal District, not Texas City ISD. However, state law now requires ballot language stating this is a property tax increase, even when school districts are not expecting an INS tax rate increase. This is because the issuance of new bonds increases the term of the loan at the current INS tax rate. The Board of Trustees' action to call this bond election follows a recommendation for the bond election in these projects from the Community Facilities Advisory Committee, which was made up of more than 50 Texas City and Lamarck community members to address current district facilities, education program offerings, student population trends, and the district's long-range facilities plan. Texas City ISD recently received an A rating in financial accountability and a B rating in school accountability from the Texas Education Agency. Regardless of the outcome of the bond election, we will continue to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars and operate the district in a fiscally responsible and efficient manner. For more information about the upcoming bond election, please visit tcisd.org/bond22.